Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, we have full team coverage covering this winter blast. We have deep reporters out in the field. We have all the details you need to know with this snow system coming up later in the show.
We're watching the roads closely during this winter weather. We'll have our drive cam out on the streets to keep you safe in the snow.
And the Ball State professor involved in this viral video is removed from the classroom. We'll tell you what exactly this removal means and why the university made the decision.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marley Thomas.
And I'm Brittany Dobbins. Thanks for being with us. The snow is coming down quickly here in central Indiana. We've got live team coverage to keep you safe tonight.
Yeah, Brittany, first, let's check in with NewsLink Indiana weather forecaster Nathan Gidley here in the studio. Nathan, what can you tell us about this winter weather?
Yeah, Brittany and Marley, a very serious situation as we have snow approaching across the whole area, snow falling right now, but notice as well this mix of rain and snow is starting to work its way from the south up to the north through our viewing area. That's leading to some very tricky travel conditions and really a headache for a lot of people out there this evening. Really a huge weather system moving through, seeing some of the heaviest snow of the system here in our portions of the state. As a result, we do have a winter weather advisory in effect until 1 p.m. Thursday. So this is going to last overnight into your morning commute tomorrow. So if you have to go out, please remember, bundle up, allow plenty of extra time to reach your destination and drive slowly, as well as have that first aid kit handy as well. Now, coming up in my full forecast, we're going to track out all the details of this snow, as well as some bitterly cold Arctic air that's going to return after this system passes. But the good news is it's not going to last that long, as we got a warm up on the way next week. But we've got full team coverage first on this winter storm. We're going to head out to NewsLink Indiana's Michaela Cooper to get a look at what's going on outside. Michaela.
Thank you, Nathan. We are live outside the Teachers College here to give you a better update of what the current conditions are like outside this evening. If you look at the snow accumulation, we are reaching around 2 inches here, and it is continuing to fall throughout the evening. The road conditions have been deteriorating as well throughout the region, as the Muncie Police Department has reported around 17 crashes this evening in Delaware County alone. So be sure to give yourself extra travel time tonight and into tomorrow morning's commute. We're going to head on over to the live cam with NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brumman out on the roads this evening. So Tyler, tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, hey there, Michaela. Good evening. Right now, road conditions are just not looking good as we just turned on to Tillotson Avenue coming off of McGalliard Road. I do want to let you know that NewsLink Indiana's Anna Keister is alongside me in the car driving right now. Let me go ahead and flip around the camera and kind of just take a look at those road conditions right now. You can kind of see it just right there. Slushy is really just the best way to describe it. I know Nathan mentioned that we're going to be seeing some freezing rain, and we're actually seeing it kind of just come down right now. A few notes for you tonight. We've heard that DPW, they've got about 40 crews out and about tonight, trying to manage these road conditions, as these are just really dangerous at the moment. And we've heard that there have been about 20 crashes throughout the evening here, as we have started to see this freezing rain as well as snow come down throughout Delaware County. And we have also learned that MCS, they're going to be on a 2-hour delay, as well as Daleville Community School. So again, NewsLink Indiana, we're going to continue to stay on top of this, both here on air as well as online a bit later in the show. We will bring you an update right here on NewsLink Indiana. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, we're already seeing those delays come in, and we will, of course, keep you updated on air and online.
We'll continue to check in with NewsLink Indiana forecaster Nathan Gidley and Tyler Brumman with the drive cam.
An update to a story we've covered since the beginning. We're learning tonight Professor Shaheen Borna won't be teaching classes for the remainder of the spring semester. The university confirmed the news to us today. Spokesperson Kathy Wolf says the decision is to ensure continuity in the curriculum and to eliminate any distractions. This comes after a confrontation last month between Borna and student Sultan Benson. A video showing that part of the exchange after BSU police entered the room went viral. It's unclear as of now what Borna's status will be with the university this fall.
And new tonight on NewsLink Indiana, one Muncie store is making a return. NewsLink Indiana's Annie Keister has the details on where you can find it and why it's coming back.
While one retail store is returning to Muncie, it won't be returning to the Muncie Mall. Instead, it's going across the street. A Facebook post made by the city of Muncie Tuesday morning announced the store's return, saying it was confirmed by Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenour. The post noted the new location would be at the Muncie Plaza on Princeton Avenue. This announcement has Muncie residents questioning the business location choice. Following the closing of stores within the mall, like Sears and Macy's, comments on the post asking things like, why not the mall? But Washington Prime Group, owners of both the Muncie Mall property and the Muncie Plaza, told NewsLink Indiana the decision was simply made based off of the future store's needs. That location will be a spot that's been vacant since the summer of 2016. For now, in Muncie, Annie Keister, NewsLink Indiana.
No official date for the store's opening has been posted.
Moving out to South Bend, more than 2,400 fetuses found in a home of an abortion doctor last year are laid to rest. The burial service happened this afternoon.
The remains were found by Dr. Ulrich Klopper's relatives after his death in September. Family members said they were stacked in boxes in his garage and the trunk of a car. Indiana schools and teachers won't face penalties for low I-Learn standardized test scores. Today, Governor Eric Holcomb signed a bill that grants a 2-year delay to schools with lower scores. The delay comes after fewer than half of Indiana students met expected achievement levels. Indiana adopted the I-Learn standardized exam last spring. Holcomb says the delay will give students, teachers, and schools the time they need to successfully adjust to the exam.
After Senator Bernie Sanders' victory in New Hampshire primary last night, the candidates look ahead to their next contest. The Nevada caucus next on the calendar on February 22nd. The South Carolina primary will be a week later on the 29th. Super Tuesday is the following week on March 3rd, with 14 different states holding the primary elections and caucuses that day. Here in Indiana, the primary is not until May 5th. While Sanders took the win last night in New Hampshire, South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg followed in second, with Senator Amy Klobuchar in third. Last night also marked the end of some Democratic candidates' presidential bids, including Andrew Yang. Sanders and Buttigieg's presidential campaigns file request for a partial recaucus days after the Iowa caucuses. Current results show Buttigieg with a slight lead over Sanders.
And a federal judge denies Roger Stone a new trial after he made a request for one under seal. Judge Amy Berman Jackson made her ruling known today. Stone says he deserved a new trial because one juror should not have been allowed to be on the panel because of the juror said he or she had read the news about the case. But Judge Jackson disagreed. Stone is scheduling for sentencing next week. He was convicted on 7 charges related to Russia's interference in the 2016 election. They involve lying under oath, obstruction Congress, and tampering with a witness.
A new health trend is on the rise: intermittent fasting. What experts are saying about the new fad.
And the U.S. government looks to prepare for a potential outbreak as the coronavirus continues to cut through China. We'll tell you how officials are getting the country ready next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Now, we're about a month and a half into the new year, and by this point, you might be looking for ways to get back onto that New Year's resolution of maybe getting into shape.
A popular trend recently, intermittent fasting. NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett explores this idea in our latest Wellness Minute presented by Working Well.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 meals spread out during the day, but some medical professionals are saying take that concept off the table. Instead, they are suggesting fasting for several hours at a time. Experts call this intermittent fasting.
Some are completely 24-hour fasts, some are only 15 or 16-hour fast a day, and some aren't even fast. They're called intermittent fasting, but they're actually just eating about 500 to 700 calories a day.
Molly Durham is a graduate assistant with our partners at Working Well. She says right now, intermittent fasting is a hot topic in the medical community.
There has been some benefits with heart health, insulin sensitivity, and also with weight loss. So that's, I think, a big proponent of why it's so popular right now.
But Durham warns there are some potential drawbacks.
They might have some unpleasant side effects, whether that impacts their mood, their behavior, and you want those health behaviors to be sustainable.
And while the debate continues on if the newer trend is something you should try, Durham wants to remind you there's much more you need to do in order to get healthy.
It's one tool in the toolbox. It can be successful for some people. There's definitely other manners that you can have those benefits of weight loss without following this dietary pattern.
With your Wellness Minute presented by Working Well, I'm Tyler Brummett reporting.
Durham told us some of her clients have tried this. She says one challenge she has noticed is trying to break old habits and change their lifestyle.
The coronavirus is rapidly spreading in the United States is beginning to think about if we would be prepared to control an outbreak here. Around 45,000 cases of the virus have been confirmed and around 1,000 people have died. There are 13 cases in the United States, but none of them have become fatal. To prevent any more cases, officials are asking anyone coming from China to monitor their symptoms for at least 2 weeks before entering the United States. Around 30,000 people coming to the United States from China have already been screened by the CDC. We're taking another look at the winter weather outside. We're checking in again with our drive cam in just a few minutes.
But first, Nathan, what can we expect for the rest of the night?
Yeah, we are starting to see that precipitation starting to wind down just a little bit, but more precipitation starts to move in overnight. I'm going to time out all those details coming up right after this break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
yes.
You, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
breathe right into your foot,
your plumber's masseuse,
yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Now, you know, Marley, Nathan, I do like the snow, but recently it hasn't been on my side, so I'm hopefully it's going to go away soon.
Yeah, but let's take one last look at that drive cam out there with NewsLink's Indiana Tyler Brummett. He's out there live. Tyler, what do you have for us?
Yeah, guys, really bad is just the best way to describe it, as we are once again back on McGalliard Road. I know with Annie, we were kind of talking just a second ago, kind of about how these roads are just getting worse and worse. The good news, though, we are kind of seeing a break right now in what exactly is going on as we try to flip around the camera here to get a look at those road conditions. Again, guys, we're just trying to take it slow out here throughout the night as we are continuing to keep you updated. I know some people have not been taking that precaution as we actually had someone who came up behind us and honked really loud. So again, just take it slow out there if you are out and about. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Tyler. We'll check back in with our drive cam in just a bit.
Alrighty, well, as Tyler was saying earlier, we do already have some school delays, it sounds like, so must be getting a little slick out there and just not looking the best.
No, definitely not looking good. We do have a travel advisory as well in Delaware County, so certainly be careful out there as we want to check the radar here again as we transition into weather. Certainly very dangerous conditions outside right now as we transition the weather. You see the radar starting to wind down just a little bit here, but notice we're still hanging on to some showers, snow showers there in portions of Madison County as well as Delaware County. Randolph County starting to see a mix here. That's really what we've been tracking here, is this rain and snow transition line. As we see, it's kind of been around this I-70 corridor, but it's now started to lift north into our area. And look at the expanse of this system. What a large weather system impacting us all the way out west, all the way to the east coast, portions of Pennsylvania seeing that heavy snow. And be careful on the roads tonight. Thanks to our Jordan Wolf for getting some viewer pictures out there. There's some dangerous conditions here just outside of Muncie. That's by that Meyer there as you head into town. That's getting on the interstate as well. Be very careful. Roads are extremely slick this evening as we do have a winter weather advisory continuing through the overnight hours. This goes all the way till 1 p.m. Thursday. But some good news is because these temperatures are starting to rise, roads are starting to get a little less slick because it's 34 degrees here in Muncie. So again, we got to watch this line here. Precision Cast did a great job showing this transition zone coming through our area as it's starting to back off overnight though. We are expecting a dry slot to move in through the overnight hours, so between that mix coming in and the dry slot, conditions are going to improve a little bit overnight, but then we see another round come through during the morning hours before we start to wrap up the snow by the afternoon as some northwest winds are going to funnel in some extra snow showers by the time we get to the evening hours tomorrow. How much are we expecting? Well, areas where that mix started to move in a little sooner and some rain, 1 to 3 inches. That includes portions of Randolph County, Wayne County, Henry County, as well as southern Madison and Delaware counties. 3 to 5 inches for the rest of us. But the other thing we're tracking is these temperatures. Notice the temperatures by the time we get to the day tomorrow, they're going to start to drop throughout the day. And by the time you wake up on Friday, ooh, look at these temperatures. My goodness, 4 degrees is the temperature Futurecast puts out for Friday morning. That's right about when you're going to be waking up with cardinal weather on Friday. You combine that with these winds coming out of the northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Dangerous wind chills are expected during this time, well below zero. Start making precautions for that as we hang on to that snow tonight. But again, the big story tomorrow becomes these temperatures going down during the day and those winds picking up out of the northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour. But the good news is we're going to get some sunshine for your Valentine's Day. So Mother Nature giving us a nice Valentine's gift there. Cold temperatures, though, only a high of 18 degrees for your Friday. So in the mid-7-day forecast, though, you see Thursday we see that winter weather system hanging on, but Friday very cold, 18 degrees. Start to warm up, though, over the weekend. And wow, what an up and down forecast. Monday and Tuesday, 45, 50 degrees by Tuesday. Just up and down, and we see even some rain showers there Monday and Tuesday before temperatures return to more seasonal levels by Wednesday. So what a ride, guys.
So, oh my goodness, it's definitely been keeping you busy for sure.
Oh, for sure. This was a hard forecast for us in the Weather Center. So.
I'm sure. And Muncie and Ball State, we're kind of right on that edge of maybe getting 1 to 3 inches of snow. It's kind of like we're right on the edge. So I'm sure that's tough. But thank you very much, Nathan. We'll check back in with you later.
Be safe, everybody.
Now, the Ball State swim team hopes to make a splash as they get ready for the conference championship. How the athletes are feeling less than a month before the tournament.
And a Ball State runner achieves a personal best, who she is, and the record she set next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
Annie Keister, former cheerleader, up top right here.
I do have, I don't know if you can see it, a toucan this morning?
Toucan, the Fruit Loop guy.
Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
With the MAC Indoor Championship a few weeks away, the competition is tough. NewsLink Indiana's Nathaniel Smith ran over to the track to find out more.
While the Indoor MAC Championship for track and field is right around the corner, it is no surprise to see senior sprinter Amber Jones on the list of athletes competing. Jones became the second student athlete at Ball State to earn an automatic qualifying mark to get into the MAC Indoor Championship. She set another PR Saturday during the Akron Invitational in the 400-meter dash with a time of 55.43 seconds. We caught up with her and asked her what setting another PR and getting in the MAC Indoor Championship does for her mentally.
Mentally, it just makes me go into like the.
Head coach Brian Edelman says he is focused on keeping Jones sharp and healthy for the meet. The men's MAC Swimming Championship is upon us. NewsLink Indiana's Darius Black dove in and got the story.
As the men's MAC Swimming Championship is approaching, head swimming coach Jay Agnew spoke on how the team is excited to compete.
We're excited to compete with anybody. So we really don't worry about what the record was in the dual meet. We know we've trained hard. We know we've moved forward.
He also spoke on some of the challenges they faced this season.
We're training hard, doing the details, and having the patience to kind of let those new habits kind of take root. And really to show up on race day, it's probably the hardest thing we're dealing with.
In Muncie, Darius Black, NewsLink, Indiana.
The men will take to the pools March 4th through the 7th. You know, it's really good for Amber Jones as she got her personal record. And, you know, it's a good thing that she's running indoors because I would not want to be running outside in these temperatures.
Oh, yeah. I even saw someone slip earlier today coming in. I mean, it's slippery outside, slippery everywhere. So.
Oh, my gosh, I know. And Brittany, seeing those people out there swimming, it just is like, brr. I don't know about that.
much.
It's a little too cold right now
Too
for
cold.
me, even though it's indoors.
Yeah.
I guess that helps. But, man, I don't know. It's still pretty cold out. So we're going to take one final look at weather so you can be prepared and stay safe in the snow. That's next.
But first, how Texans are reacting to the snow in a different way than we are.
And the broken ice cream machines at McDonald's may be getting a fix. We'll tell you how.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared. So start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Now, I personally am not a fan of this snow. Brittany, I know you are.
No.
You are, but that's not the case for everyone. A town in western Texas got nearly 8 inches of snow last week, and 2-year-old Madeline enjoyed dressing up in her Frozen outfit and reenacting part of the show. According to her mother, Madeline has been obsessed with Elsa ever since she saw Frozen 2. As of Monday morning, this video has received over 46 million views. How sweet is that? She's adorable.
Now, I know ice cream may be the last thing on our minds for a snack with this weather, but we all know how disappointing it is when McDonald's ice cream machine is down. But People magazine reports McDonald's may have found a solution by teaming up with a company called Kitch. Kitch has developed technology that corrects mechanical issues caused by human error and making sure the automated cleaning cycle happens on time. Kitch first introduced the devices in May, but McDonald's did not confirm to the magazine if any of their locations are using the new device. I mean, right now, I could go for a McFlurry maybe on the ride home, but I don't know. I think I should just go home and just go to bed.
Oh, the sure sign of spring is when the Shamrock Shake gets back.
Oh my gosh.
True. Isn't that coming back in like a couple weeks?
Yeah, if the ice cream machine's not down,
it's such a bummer when you pull up there and they're like, oh, sorry, our machine's down. Oh, sorry, going somewhere else now.
Yeah.
All right, Nathan, let's take one last look at the weather then.
Yeah, let's get out and take one last look at the weather here. As we do have some dry air starting to work in, so that's the good news here, but that rain snow line continues to work through our area. The big things to know here, be careful with that travel advisory here in Delaware County, and that winter weather advisory is going to continue until 1 p.m. tomorrow, so be careful on the roads as you head out tonight and tomorrow morning. But then the other thing we track is that cold air on Friday morning. Then we start to warm up next week, and unbelievable, we get up to 50 there by Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
It's like a roller coaster.
I know, no kidding. Those temperatures, it just continues to fluctuate. It's like, why don't you just pick one?
I know. This has been some winter. It seems like we go back and forth, and it seems like we've had more warm days, so it's certainly going to be a shock to the system here on Friday morning.
I just want sunshine at 75. When will that come? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Fingers crossed. But let's take one final look at our drive cam. Tyler?
Yeah, hey there, guys. I know right now Anna and Elsa, they're probably in Muncie singing Let It Go, but the good news is right now we are on campus as we flip around the camera here to kind of take a look at those road conditions. Right now on campus, it's actually not too bad. I know Annie Keister, who's our driver tonight, she was kind of telling me a big problem on a lot of those roads was really just the fact that you couldn't see where the lane markers were. And just to recap for you, again, MCS and Daleville, they are both on 2-hour delays tomorrow. Of course, NewsLink Indiana will keep you updated both on air and online. We've got the latest on ballstatedaily.com, as well as tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Guys, we'll go ahead and send it back to you.
Already those conditions out there just looks nasty and cold and rainy. And
yeah, it's good. I'm seeing a little bit of slush on the roads though, so those warmer temperatures with that freezing line starting to move up, that's some good news. Again, be safe though with that travel advisory
yes,
tonight.
Absolutely. Now, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.